I want to put that printer up when I finish doing this. Oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna get started for those of you that come in late. I'm making a quick lemon pepper soup, and actually I'm letting the chicken ball to get all the extra grease. I'm gonna pull the water off and put fresh water. I'm just cleaning some of the veggies I'll be using. We're gonna use this bell pepper. All of this will be clean. And I'm gonna use potato and carrots. This is potatoes. Also, I'm gonna be using some fresh thyme, bay leaf, and I'm gonna use limes, and then I'm gonna use the lemon juice, and also I got like 2 fresh lemons I'm gonna use. So I want my soup to be really limery. So we'll cut these veggies up, put them in this bowl, and then I'll clean them. This is a cutting board, so I'll cut this up. I got my chicken boiling, but I'm gonna pull the water off of this. Cause you see like all this gooky stuff that's in the chicken. I always let it boil, and then I'll pull the water off to clean it and wash the chicken off, so that way we have fresh chicken. And again, for those of you, if this is your first time watching my video, I do not like to cut veggies up small. I just don't. Especially when you're cooking soup, because it's going to boil down anyway. Any soup or soup. That's my phone. Probably a telemarketer. They call all day long. That's a telemarketer. It's so aggravating. Like I said, we're not going to cut these really small. I love bell pepper, so I'm going to use this whole bell pepper. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Another cold day in Florida. But it wasn't as cold today as it was yesterday. Well, this morning it was really cold, but then it kind of warmed up a little bit. Tomorrow supposed to be cold again, but not as cold as Saturday and Sunday. I could have put this in a food processor, but I decided not to. And that's only because when you're cooking stew, you don't want your stuff to be like really small. So I cut this in half. The reason why I cut this in half, I'm going to wash this in water. That kill, like when I'm cutting it, it'll like, I don't know how to say it, where it doesn't burn my eyes. This is one of the main ingredients I'll be using too. So anytime you cut a onion, you run it over water and it eliminates the eye burn. I want to kind of cut these in a circle. I want to cut myself. We're going to do these in a circle. We'll open them. And all of this I'm cutting up. I'm going to wash it and strain it. And I'm just cutting up all the little veggies I'll be using. How's my lighting? I should put a ring light on, but don't have to be perfect. We're not going to use this little piece right there. Now, if you decide to make this at home, you can make this as perfect as you want. I'm not making it perfect. I want to cook this and get it over with. Put all those in there, in this bowl. And I also have a red sweet pepper I'll be using. Now, this pepper is not hot. I'm going to use 2 of these, and this just to give it some color. We'll use 2 of these. That's my oven. I was preheating it because I'm going to make like a little pound cake. So same thing, we'll cut these like dicey circles. Make sure we separate them. All of this I'm putting in this bowl. This will be washed. Garbage. So now we have a colorful bowl. Bell peppers, onions, and all that good stuff. What did you say? Lemon pepper soup. I was supposed to make it yesterday. And I told, I was on live the other day and I said when I make it again, I'll come live and show everybody how I make it. So let's clean this. Give me a second. Well, actually, before we clean this, I'm going to pull the water off of this chicken. You see how nasty it is? Does anybody else do that? And I pulled the skin off of it too. So let's clean this. We'll rewash it. Let the water run on it. Give me a second. So I'm gonna use this same pot, but I wanted to clean it and get. But now what I'm gonna do, we'll be using this. We'll put the veggies in there. Well, actually we'll put the chicken in there. chicken first. Put the chicken back in there. And what I'm going to do, put a little bit of olive oil. This is one of my favorite olive oils to use because it's a smooth taste. Healthier. And it tastes pretty good. Let's put this straight. So we're just going to like kind of brown this a little bit. We'll add this on here. This is all-purpose seasoning. And this is the Caribbean all-purpose seasoning. I'll kind of take that. Put it all over the chicken. This is like a chicken sauce too. You want to coat each piece with this. Then we're going to put some black pepper. I like the black pepper, the coarse. Oh. Same thing, take it. Kind of like coat the chicken a little bit. We're going to use a little bit of salt. Himalaya salt. This is all the ingredients I'm using. We're going to use garlic powder. And if you like, I like my season well, I like my food well seasoned, so. We're going to use fresh, well not fresh, but allspice, but the whole allspice. Let's pour a little bit of this in here. Yeah, so that doesn't. And of course we're going to put water, but that's just, we're trying to get the flavor inside the chicken. Allspice. Do not be scared to use allspice. This is also good in rice. Like if you're making Caribbean rice, you can use this. This is like one of the key to a lot of soups. We're going to use some garlic pepper. Let's see. Garlic pepper. And we're going to use, let's turn this around like this. This is chicken. Almost like a Maggie. It's a bouillon. So this is what we're looking like so far. I mixed everything in there. I was trying to brown it. I'm going to come with 2 cups of water. Well, we'll do a little bit more than 2. Let's do 3. Let's cut this up because we want to bring it to another bowl. So we'll let that boil, and now we'll clean the veggies. All of this is going to go inside of that pot. I have bell peppers, red peppers. These are not hot. And what you seen me doing just now, I was actually creating like a base. Creating a base. And the bouillon, this was also pretty good for the base. So, let's clean these because this is going to go in this pot. And I'm trying to bring this to a boil. You don't want to put too much water in here because you don't want to take away from like the lemon taste. And I'm going to also use a lime in here, and then I have 2 fresh lemons. Give me a second, washing off all the stuff that we just cut up. So, all of these veggies, I'm going to put it inside of here. I had some bell peppers, scallions, onions, red peppers, and I think that was it. So we're just going to take all of that and I'm going to add some potatoes and some carrots to this too, so. I got a headache. So this is what we're looking like so far. Let's bring this to a boil. Let's put all this stuff up. Let's put a little bit more of this in there. I'm gonna just crush peppers. I love my crushed peppers. And this thing gonna die. Let me plug this up so my camera doesn't die. And straighten this up here. Hold on, guys. I need to plug this up. We trying to bring the soup to a boil. Okay, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna add some more. We're gonna add these 2 limes in there. Just the juice. If you're somebody that like lemon or lime, this would be perfect for you. And this is a good soup too for like colds. Let's turn this way. Well, maybe I think I'm gonna just add 1 lemon and 1 lime. I'll save this one for later, or either and this just helps where we don't put the seeds. This is the key lime, lemon juice, lime juice. And then we'll add a lemon. I'll put this up for later. We're gonna add 1 of each. This is that lemon I was telling you about. This is a big lemon. Look how big this lemon is. Wow, this one is real big. I don't even, let's see. I don't want to break it. Okay, because I don't want to break this thing. This is the other half of that lemon. Ah, I'm struggling. Okay, so this is balling now. This has come to a ball. It smells good. Really, really, really good. So while that's cooking, let's give it some flavor, some color. I mean, let's add some sazon. This will give your soup some flavor. This is optional. Let's cut that down. See how I gave it that flavor? I mean that color. And we're gonna put a bay leaf in this. For those of you that is familiar with bay leaf, we're gonna put a bay leaf. Hold on, let me get my bay leaf. This is how bay leaves look. Very good with soups. I'll put all these in there. Wash them off. I want to taste this juice. I'm gonna put that in there. And then we're also going to put some fresh thyme. This is the thyme. This needs to be washed off. So I'm going to put about this much in there. But of course, I'm going to wash this off. And all of this, it gives the soup flavor. It gives the soup flavor. So this is what we're looking like. Okay, so now what we're gonna put in here is the have some shredded carrots. Publix brand. We're gonna put some carrots in. So what I'll do, this is a little strainer. I don't think I'm gonna use this whole bag. I'll probably do like half a bag. I'll wash all veggies off. We'll use about that much. Let's wash it off. Okay, so that is straining. So while that's straining, let's cut up our potatoes. I think I'm gonna put probably about maybe 4 or 5 potatoes. I usually get the brown potatoes, but this is what I don't know. I just tried the red potatoes today, so let's put this over here. So we wash that. Of course, you're going to cut the skin off. You don't have to. Some people don't cut the skin off their potatoes. I do. And when you cut potatoes, let me get some water, because you want to soak the potatoes in the water because it will turn brown if you don't. So you want to get a bowl with cool water. Cool water. So as I cut the potatoes, I don't know, I just don't like red potatoes, but I like the Idaho potatoes. But I just got these because they was on sale, so I think I got some Idaho potatoes in there. You don't want this too small, because remember, this is a soup, so we don't want it too small. This camera got a mind of its own. I just wanted to come on real quick and show y'all what I was cooking for dinner tonight. Nothing fancy, just a lemon pepper soup. And again, the potatoes, do not cut them small, because the smaller you the smaller you cut the potatoes, the faster it'll cook. And when you cook in stew, because a soup is almost like a stew, you don't want to cut the potatoes really, really small. And again, when you're cutting those potatoes, make sure you get a bowl with water so your potatoes doesn't turn brown, or, you know, that little gooky color that they turn. Let's check on our soup. I need to put the top on this. You want to make sure your chicken is cooked. I'm getting ready to put the carrots in here now. This is the carrots that I cleaned. We're going to put those in there. Make your soup colorful. Colorful is healthy. Cut it up a little bit. And the potatoes is always the last to put in. The reason why, potatoes doesn't take long to cook. And then you don't want your potatoes to be smushy. So potatoes is always last. I'm not gonna put too many. I got one more to cut. This one. And if you want to, you could get those little small potatoes that's in the store, like the really, really small ones. This is a healthy soup too. Like for someone that's trying to watch their calories, I always, when I cook, I always tell the health benefit of it. And like with me, I'm trying to watch my carbs, so. And if you wanted to do like a sweet potato in there, you can too. I imagine it'll be just as good, but me, I just stick. I mean, I love sweet potatoes, but I'll just stick to the white potatoes for this kind of soup. But I know some people who have actually used the sweet potatoes. And potatoes is not bad. It's actually how you make it. Like when you make it and put all that butter and all that stuff on it. That's what make the potatoes bad for you. But potatoes is not bad. And I think now, Weight Watchers, for those of you who know what Weight Watchers is, it's an app. You can eat potatoes. I think it's worth small potato or medium potato or something. It's worth like 4 or 5 points. For those of you that's familiar with Weight Watchers. So that's all I'm cutting up. This. I'm not cutting up a whole bunch of potatoes. I'm washing off the potatoes. I want to taste the juice to see. So now we're going to take the potatoes and put it in here because this soup is almost done. You don't want to overcook your vegetables. So we'll put these potatoes towards the bottom. Cover them with water. I'm going to put a top over this. Just to kind of like steam it and make sure everything is cooking good. Let me show you what we're looking like so far. You can see, oh, let me get this spoon out of the way. So that's how we're looking. And now, we're waiting for the potatoes to kind of like soften up. So while we're waiting on that, I'm cleaning my stove. I'm getting ready to make like a little small pound cake. I may come back on another video, show you guys how I'm making that. This is wipes to clean the stove. I like to clean it when it's hot. Just got to be careful you don't burn yourself. And then I like to come back over it. Uh-oh. And this is what I'm using. I'm about to catch. Start a fire in here. You must be that hot. Look at that. That thing was gonna catch on fire. Wow. So the soup is cooking. I cut it on like a little low so it can simmer. Just clean up all of this stuff. You get ready to go? Just take the whole thing. Don't close it. Don't close it. I was gonna show you guys how it look after it's done. Just checking to make sure everything is cooking nice and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna add to this just to like thicken up the juice a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour and water to this because this is what we're looking like. I don't want it real thick. I gotta mess up the stove again, huh? I don't want it real thick, but like a little thicker than what it is. You don't have to do that, it's optional, but I'm gonna add just a little bit to mine. So I'm gonna do a little bit of flour and water. Anytime you're cooking soup and you want it to be a little thick, it could be any kind of flour. In my case, I'm gonna add the chicken coating because this also has like a there's a flavor to this. We're just gonna keep like, and I may not use all of this, just a little bit. Just like I said, I don't want it to be real thick, but just a little thicker than what it is. And if you want to like fix you some cornbread on the side, or you want to do like a salad, whatever you want to fix. Even if you want to like put it over some rice, you can. This soup is very good for colds. You want to keep, I'm just keep stirring because I want to make sure there's no lumps in this. See that? Those look at them lumps. Don't worry about what's on the spoon. Looks like I'm just trying to make sure all the little lumps is dissolved. This is an easy way for those of you that's trying to make gravy, or you cooking like a stew, or anything that you're cooking that you want to be like a little thicker. You can add a little bit of flour and water. I think that's enough because I'm not going to probably use all of it. And that'll just give it like a little texture. As it cooks, it'll get a little thicker. I'm just kind of like mixing in everything. See, I can see already how it's kind of thickening up. Let's go ahead and pour all this in there. Forget it. Let's go ahead and just pour all of it right on in there. Ain't no sense of playing with it. I want you guys to see how this is gonna thicken up after a while. And like I say, it's still gonna have the, it's still gonna be soup base. It's just gonna be a little thicker. And these little balls you see, that's allspice. So when you're eating your soup, you don't have to eat those. I don't eat them. I just kind of put them to the side. But it does give the soup and rice a good flavor. And our potatoes softening up. We'll let that cook for a little bit. Now I'm gonna end this live and I'm gonna come right back with, let's put our pound cake in the oven. And while the pound cake is in the oven, this should be ready. I'll put it in a bowl so you can see exactly how it turned out. So I'm gonna end this one because I'm gonna rename that live to pound cake. So come back into the next live. Like I say, once this finished, and this is a quick, simple, easy pound cake. Once I finish putting the pound cake in the oven, then we'll come and put this in a bowl, and you can see how everything look, how the soup look, and you can try it at home if you like. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Come back to the next slide. Bye.